Hey guys, and down here, this is gonna be my chapter review to One Punch Man 123 Real Form. Now, this was a fun chapter. I enjoyed it. It was awesome. We got to see parts that I really enjoyed. We got to see parts that I just enjoyed for the most part. But I thought it was a solid chapter. Like, this was a really good build up, and like, I think from the perspective of the heroes, it's, you know, they've been knocked down, but I got the feeling that the narration was building them back up again. Like, this is the only time in their lives that they've been knocked down. Well, this is the first time in their lives that they've been knocked down to such a state in forever. Maybe this is the start of something new. Maybe this is where they rekindle that fire within them that has burnt out. You know, the fear of actually dying in a fight. That was one of the things that would have kept them alive back when they started, right before they became S-class heroes. So I'm hoping we get to see more of that. And we start with really just kind of like an introduction almost to Pig God, where we're told about how much food he consumes, 100 people's amount of food per day. He's called, you know, he's a living legend of the OPs, the Pig God. And they talk about, you know, the thick layer of fat that he has underneath his skin, which is capable of absorbing impacts of any kind, but not just impact. This is sharp and intrusive. Well, not necessarily impacts, but like anything like a bullet shot or a knife or anything like that. Swords, they can't penetrate through his this thick layer of fat he has. It can't reach his organs, damage them, and he also has, I wasn't aware of this, he has this natural healing property because he has so much fat. Essentially, he just breaks that down. You know, ATP, bro. He just breaks that down, goes through that process of conversion, and then he just heals at the speed of light. Apparently, he has an increased rate of regen as opposed to healing at the speed of light. But then we're told that, you know, due to the years of him consuming all kinds of foods, plants, animals, monsters, his body has developed a resistance against toxins. We've seen that before. So his body really has no blind spot. You can't shoot him, you can't stab him, you can't punch through him, and, you know, no blunt attacks, no sharp attacks. And he's also resistant against things like poison. So how do you kill this guy, right? So any monster that would try to attack him or something like that would just be swallowed whole. And then we see, you know, we got this awesome introduction to Pig God. And then we see him within the jaws of the monster gums. And this is S-class rank 10 hero. You see he's bleeding from his back. He's bleeding down over his neck and over his ass. He's really struggling here. He looks like he's in the pits of death. And the next page is Atomic Samurai. He's holding onto his damn sword! Grim. Whew. Anyway, what we get here is we see Atomic Samurai being pulled by his hair up into the air by our boy Black Sperm. He's been beaten to a pulp. Well, not necessarily to a pulp. He's just, you know, he's bleeding a little bit from his forehead. He's got a shoe missing. Black Sperm is absolutely trolling him, holding onto his sword and things like that. We then go next where we see Zombie Man has been absolutely annihilated. He's just this husk of a man with his entire internal organs, like from his chest down to his really just below his navel, has been absolutely emptied out. All his internal organs have been burnt out. His ribs are gone, and, you know, you see Homeless Emperor there like, yo, you seem to be slowing down a little. Can you not revive anymore? So is there some sort of limit to Zombie Man's regen? That's something we have to find out. S-class rank 8 hero. We then see Child Emperor struggling and really thinking about, what the hell can I do? I'm on the inside of evil natural water. Drugs don't work. My items are almost used up. He's using a gas mask of some kind, so he's there surviving somehow. Well, surviving in a way we know how. He's breathing. But he says his sugar levels are running low. He doesn't know what to do. This is the fear I was talking about. S-class rank 5 hero Child Emperor. We see Puri Puri, S-class rank 17. He's there trying to get back up on his feet, saying, don't give up, believe in the power of love. If he keeps deluding himself, maybe he should be able to help out. You know, Angel Deep Breaths, that part made me laugh. But that's S-class rank 17, Puri Puri Prisoner. We then see a My Mask within this hall of mirrors. I'm not sure where the hell he is, but he's he's bleeding from his nose, bleeding from his mouth. He really seems to be taking a lot of hits from our boy Fewer Ugly. And obviously, as many of you will know from the One Punch podcast, Satsuki and I have a bet where if a My Mask loses, so if it's just a straight loss from Fewer Ugly, I have to do something for Satsuki, in the sense of, I think I have to make a video. I have to make a video hailing and kind of I have to make a video talking about how great Phoenix Man is. And if he loses, so if My Mask wins in any shape or form, then we got a surprise for y'all. But My Mask, I'm not sure what this Hall of Mirrors is, but Fewer Ugly really seems to be doing him a solid. And the weird thing here is, we're not entirely sure, like, what is it with a My? There has to be some sort of backstory, right? Like, why is a My Mask so? I understand, like, beautiful mask, sweet mask, all that type of stuff. And he seems to be this guy that takes care of himself. He really likes things which are beautiful to him, I think. But why is he so averse to Fewer Ugly that he's simply unable to fight him? It's just such a weird thing that I'm just like, come on, man, you got to be able to do something, right? I'm here. Not necessarily a big fan of a My Mask, but I got a bet on y'all, man. So come on, keep it going. We see Ian, Okama, Itachi, Bushido, they're on the floor. They're out of it. Ian's the only one that's really conscious. And here is where we get that narration going into that rekindling mode. So we see the 6 dragon class monsters, and it's here that we say, the narrator says, these top heroes are only considered monsters in human society. On this day, the Hero Association came into contact with a real group of monsters. I thought that was such a poignant time to use that. You guys thought you had monsters. You guys thought you had this army, this top brass of humanity, which could just go out in like a group if they ever had to and just annihilate everyone. But that's not how it works. We've got people which can completely counteract your top brass, your top, your peak of humanity. And we can cancel them out. Not only cancel them out, we can make them look like a joke. But that's where we come back to that idea of, being prepared to face death for those who have attained power beyond humans. That is not supposed to be their destiny. So this is something that the ES class haven't had to do in forever. This is something they have not ever needed to do. So today, the day that they infiltrate the Monster Association and they're going in against these monsters, whatever class they are, they're not prepared to die. They were not ready to be pushed to that extent, to be pushed beyond their means to fight against these monsters. That's not something that they were ready to. That's not the level they were prepared to go. They weren't ready for the championship rounds. So then you see Pig God, you see something ignite within him again, that will to survive. So he's there trying to get out of Gums' mouth. He's like, nah, I'm not going to die today. And while that's happening, you see a My Mask looking at the ground with all these reflections of Fewer Ugly, which is confusing because where is Fewer Ugly that all those pieces of glass are reflecting him? I get the feeling that Fewer Ugly is more this... we see him as this individual, but I get the feeling he might actually be more of a psychological monster rather than an actual physical being. And I get the feeling that this is trying to reflect, like I made a joke about it on the podcast, but maybe this is trying to reflect how a My Mask is actually on the inside, and he's getting beat by essentially his own demons, almost like a Kami to Piccolo kind of thing. So yeah, the narrator here says, in their minds, a long forgotten fear has begun to re-emerge. I don't think re-emerge is the right word. I think re-emerge is the right word. But I like that. I like the idea that the S-Class heroes, they've, like I said before, they've forgotten this feeling of, this is the extent I have to go to in order to survive. If I don't go beyond my means, if I don't go beyond my current skill set, I'm gonna die. So this is kind of the rekindling. This is the rebirth of the S-Class, if you will. If they don't, and the My Mask, if they don't go beyond what they have, if they don't plus ultra this shit, yeah, I made a My Hero reference. If they don't plus ultra this shit, they're gonna die. So they need to go beyond what they have right now. Then we see, probably this was an awesome part of the chapter. I completely forgot about this. So the narrator's just talking about, he's like, yeah, Yet among these people, there's just one woman leisurely approaching the enemy, as if it's just another day. She's just strolling in the park. S-class rank 2 hero, Tatsumaki. So she's there, and she's pulled out what was inside of Gyoro's meat suit, and it's just this body, this corpse, and it's apparently a regular lump of meat. So essentially, that was kind of like just a body that was within there to house, I think, Gyoro's mind and control that meat suit. But she wasn't actually physically in there, so she's somewhere else. So it's essentially a misdirect, right? So Tatsumaki's like, okay, so you only pretended to be cornered to mock me. This is something that's agitating Tatsumaki. But all these eyes on the ground, Gyoro is kind of using them as relay points, I think. And she can see what she's done to the meat suit, and she's like, yo, shit, she tore the giant meat wall with like great durability with just her psychokinesis. So here we can see that Gyoro is really trying to not get in a direct 1v1 against Tatsumaki. That's not what she's about. She does not want to put herself in a situation where she has to look at Tatsumaki and fight a 1v1. So I think she's realized here, well, I'm pretty sure she realizes here that, Tatsumaki was someone outside of the realm of Gyoro's estimations. So Gyoro did not plan for Tatsumaki very well at all, because she just didn't know how powerful Tatsumaki is. Tatsumaki is one of those ones where finger guns, she's just completely out of their league. So Gyoro then says something quite unique, which is, if Homeless Emperor and Black Sperm were to join forces, they can kill anyone. It's impossible to gather multiple dragon levels together under normal circumstances. So I find it weird how she's very specific about Homeless Emperor and Black Sperm. Was it because they've worked together before? I highly doubt that. Something I mentioned on the podcast. Is it because they have a skill set which matches very well, in the sense of Homeless Emperor being that long to mid-range fighter, whereas Black Sperm is just a very close-range fighter, can easily really overrun the enemy, while Homeless Emperor is just in the back sniping, essentially. So is it a skill set thing? Is it they've worked together before? Is it because those two are the most powerful two of the current monsters, the dragon class that we have? I don't know, but she specifically mentioned those two as her. If we needed to get out of jail card, these are the two that I'd need to call upon. But you can't get you can't get any dragon class to work together, right? So then we go down this huge stairwell, and you see that Gyoro is just waiting it out, essentially, while the other dragon class monsters fight their heroes. Once they've killed them off, they can come and help her out. So she's there saying, while I observe all of this from underground, not even the monsters know where I am. This is a solid plan. I'm going to prepare a new puppet. We're chilling. So then we see Gyoro in all her glory. She's there with a wine glass. I think this is the first time we've actually seen her in the guise of Gyoro. Like, the first time we saw her was in a flashback. So this is the first present moment we've seen her like this. And her office looks awesome. If I had an office like this, I'd be rolling in it. I mean, like, she got a fireplace with a real wood fire in there. She got some weird shit on her desk. She's got a bookshelf with a shit ton of books. She's got all these vials and containers with eyes and brains and stuff like that. She got a 3-eyed skull with the lower jaw missing. All that good shit. She got an awesome sofa. And her reason for staying there is because real rulers would never show themselves in the open. Well, let's see what happens. So she's there saying, the whole world will fear this unknown new monster king, and she will go down in history for all eternity. And I was wondering who she was. I think Satsuki was also confused by this. The whole world will fear this unknown new monster king. I think she's referring to herself, as whoever she decides to be the next monster king will be the monster king, right? That's the kind of leverage that she has, and the kind of leadership quality for some reason that she has. And then you see Tatsumaki kind of focusing with a blacked out background, and you see these kind of like a dot to dot. She's connecting all these dots, and then she's just like, oh shit, there you are, I found you. So she was there in kind of homing mode, trying to find where this Wi-Fi connection is coming from, where these extenders are amplifying this connection, where are they coming from. So she followed it back. She basically just backward traced it, and she found exactly where Gyoro Gyoro was. So she's like, found you. And I was like, oh shit. So then everyone went apeshit over the Mitsuketa, which means I just found you, I located you. So obviously Gyoro Gyoro can hear this, she can see all this happening. So she's like, what? She what me now? And this is where we see that Gyoro Gyoro, her psychokinesis, if she has the exact same powers and skill sets as Tatsumaki, are nowhere near as strong as hers, because she has to set up relay points every like 3 to 4 floors in the Monster Association. She's 1,500 meters down. So she has a relay points every 3 to 4 floors. That's got to be about like, let's say, every 15-ish meters. So she got 100 of these relay points just to see where Tatsumaki is. Quick maths. And Tatsumaki did not need any of those relay points. Tatsumaki could just trace it all the way back. Or maybe she even backward traced it through the relay points. Who knows? But Tatsumaki is way beyond what Gyoro Gyoro has. From just this panel alone, we can see that. So Gyoro Gyoro then shits her pants as she realizes that, this is not a bluff. Tatsumaki actually knows where she is. And she realizes that maybe it was the meat suit with the slight signal of telepathic waves coming out of Gyoro Gyoro's puppet. Did she backward trace it from there? So this is the part that I loved. Tatsumaki kind of stretches out a bit, gets all that tension in, and then she just finger guns like this. I was like, and you could tell that like Murata was just having fun with this drawing because she's gone into a chibi mode. But I thought that was hilarious. She's just like, I'm going down. She pulls herself. I'm not sure if she actually pulls herself down. I think she's pulling Gyoro Gyoro up. But it's weird because we see the floor around Tatsumaki cave in. So if she was pulling Gyoro Gyoro up, surely the ground wouldn't have caved in. So I thought initially that Tatsumaki was pulling herself down. So Gyoro Gyoro then gets hit by a wave of psychokinesis. She drops her wine and everything. If someone drops their wine, like a character that's always holding something like that, shit's about to get real. She's being like pushed and pulled and restrained by Tatsumaki's psychokinesis. She can't move, anything like that. So what does she do? In her desperation, she's like, I need an executive. I need an executive to help me real quick. So she calls the only one who seems to be free at the moment. She's like, where the hell is Rover? So Rover, we don't know where he is. And she sends a message out to him. Rover, if you're free, get your ass back around to me and take out Tatsumaki. I need you right now. So that's at maximum telepathy output. That's what she's done. Called Overgrown Rover, mobilized him. That's her maximum telepathy output. So I don't think she has the same thing. I've actually made a mistake in this review. I don't think she has this. Well, to an extent, she has a similar skill set to Tatsumaki. She's a psychic, an Esper, but she seems to be more along the lines of telepathy, whereas Tatsumaki and Fubuki seem to specialize more in psychokinesis. We've seen Gyoro Gyoro in her meat suit utilize psychokinesis against Garo and things like that, against her own monsters. But she's not in the same tier as someone like Tatsumaki. I think she might be a little bit above. She might be way above actually Fubuki. But Fubuki has been shown in this chapter. We see the next page, Overgrown Rover. She's blocking Overgrown Rover's cannons, and he looks awesome, by the way. You see Bang and Bomb just chilling inside of Fubuki's bubble, and she's blocking an executive's attack with her psychokinesis. She's putting up a shield around herself, and they seem to be fine. She seems to be quite fatigued by this. You can see on her face, she's got all these scuff marks and stuff like that. Bang and Bomb are just chilling, letting the lady do all the work, and I'm just like, come on guys, like help out a little bit. But Fubuki is just going in. She seems to be developing a bit more of a personality in terms of like Tatsumaki. She's like, yo, I'm out here protecting y'all. Y'all are doing nothing. You owe me big time for this shit. And they're just there like, yeah, it's a big dog. What do you want us to do? Hit him? Isn't that animal abuse? But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the review. I really enjoyed it. In terms of how I see this happening, I see Overgrown Rover receiving this telepathic message and skedaddling out of there. I don't think, would Fubuki, Bang and Bomb then go chase him, only to have to encounter that dragon class monster again? They seem to be at a disadvantage, right? In the sense of S-class Rover is Overgrown Nova is highly mobile and has very powerful attacks. Something which, the level of destruction it causes, Bang and Bomb are an immediate disadvantage unless they can bitch slap it away, which I don't think they can. So I don't think they'd necessarily go and chase or after Overgrown Nova. I think they'd just be like, okay, this is a benefit to us. Overgrown Nova would go back to where Tatsumaki and company are. So we'll leave that there. I think Bang, Bomb, and then Fubuki would then go and help any of the S class. So maybe they'll go to someone like Zombie Man, which would be cool, because Fubuki would be an immense help to Zombie Man, while he tries to figure out, how can I overcome Homeless Emperor? What can I do to him? She'd be there protecting him in the bubble, using her Esper abilities to really protect his ass, shield his ass while everything was going on. Bang, where would he go? Someone's got to go help Amai, and I'm not sure if that means I lose the bet, but we'll see. Someone's got to go help Amai, like really help Amai. That's got to be either Bang or Bomb, and then one of the other two. So Bang or Bomb, one of the two of them will also have to go and help out. I don't think anybody's gonna go help Darkshine out. I think Darkshine's gonna do his thing to Garo, and Garo's gonna do his thing, which is evolve, and kick the shit out of everyone around him. So would Bang may have to help Child Emperor, I think, because I ain't seen nobody else helping him unless Ian comes up. But it looks like Atomic really needs help as well, and so does... I don't think Pig God will need help, to be fair. I think I want to see Pig God do his thing. I want to see him actually triumph and show us what makes him an S-class hero. Atomic looks like he needs a little bit of help. My guy's shoe is missing. But Child Emperor can't really fight against water, and I don't think... Bang's never shown us like an aptitude again, of fighting against water, but it's something I'd like to see. So that's pretty much everything that was in this chapter, I think. Let me know what you guys thought of it. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in a bit.